close. A new study by Mindage reveals that your critical thinking skills may not be as good as you think. Tony Spitz has the details. Buzz60 Social media has provided more people with a quicker access to bigger audiences than at any point in history, but in the mix is fake news and new problems for a democratic society. The alarm sounded this summer by intelligence officials, academics and journalists is rooted in a fear that normal election day miscues and actual fake news could be spun into viral stories of a failed American election and used to provoke further chaos. Digital technology enables a bad actor in the remotest of areas to broadcast worldwide in real time without the assistance of fact-checkers, editors or context. One exercise at a recent Harvard election workshop attended by reporters from 89 news organizations, including the Tallahassee Democrat, focused on how not to fall prey to political misinformation campaigns in the digital age. Poked and prodded, against the backdrop of a shadowy organized social media campaign designed to undermine faith in the 2018 election, participants waded through reports of actual election day errors and fictional ones spread by pranksters looking to disrupt the process, political operatives seeking to sway the vote, or foreign agents at work to undermine confidence in the election. In a bitterly divided nation, control of Congress is at stake as Americans come to the realization the internet has been weaponized for political purposes. News is often what the viewer says it is, and the devil actually may be at play in the details. Here's what two experts have to say about what the prospect of social media psychological political warfare looks like in a society that places free speech first in its Bill of Rights. Aubrey Jewett, University of Central Florida political scientist, professor. In the old days people tried to create news, but unless someone in the mainstream media picked it up, it was very difficult to get that passed along to very many people. But with the internet, you can plant a rumor and start news, and it gets passed along by social media, and before you know it, thousands of people are reading this story with no idea of where it was generated or even if it is true. This is how democracy works in the early 21st century. There's this huge amount of information out there, more political information available than before. But the quality of it in terms of facts and source are often questionable. Aubrey Jewett, Associate Professor of Political Science at the University of Central Florida, Photo, UCF. One thing that hasn't changed is most people are not interested in politics and do not follow it very closely. And so, they are more susceptible to believing things that they're read online because they really don't follow it that closely. That's been the case since the founding. Even the founders were concerned that the average person really would not know enough about it to make decisions, yet still wanted some element of democracy in the new country, so they at least allowed a popular vote for the lower house of Congress. Paul Lux, president of the Florida State Association of Election Supervisors. Not to try to diminish the impact of what we are talking about, but we already see that with political campaigns. From political parties and candidates who will take a small event that may have occurred in one location and paint it as a broad brush effort to overturn something or keep folks from voting, when all it is a misunderstanding or the usual glitch of a thing that was fixed in 2 minutes and voting went on normal for the rest of the day. That has been going on for decades. Paul Lux is the Okaloosa County Election Supervisor and President of the Statewide Association for Supervisors. Photo, Paul Lux. You look at the stories from Miami in 2012, that really only impacted 17 of the over 1,000 precincts they had, but it surely was front-page news. Admittedly, when you have people standing in line for 7 hours, that should be. But was made to sound like all of Miami-Dade County was like that when it wasn't. We certainly see the potential for small disruptions to be blown out of proportion or to be blamed on the wrong thing. I will not say that I am not concerned, because I am certainly always concerned about making sure the election goes as smoothly as possible. As for preparation, at the end of the day, all you can do is measure your readiness against what standards are established and be prepared to take action to reduce risk and keep your election secure. Reporter James Call can be reached at jcall@tallahassee.com. Read or share this story, https://newspr.es/2kazeb